All right, now it is time to start working on our image section. First things first, we have to add a new layer for this image row here. So what we're going to do is go back to our layers section. Again, if you don't see your layers here over in this right-hand panel, you can go Window and then go down to Workspace and then go over and click Essentials Classic. So now we need to add some images. Oh, sorry. So now we need to add our layer. So then we'll click our layers here. And then we're going to go down to this little square with the plus sign that says new layer. So be sure it's this one and not the one to the left. That's a new sub layer. You want to click the one that says create new layer. And then from here, we need to change our layer 3 to where we're going to make it say image. So we're going to triple click where it says layer 3, and we're going to call this images or just image. And once we've done that, we can hit return on our keyboard. So for this section, it's going to be similar to our art museum tour, taking our screen captures of art. But instead of the Cincinnati Art Museum, we're going to go to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, which is actually in New York. So first things first, we're going to go back to our Schoology page. We're going to go to the assignment, which I got to track it down here. It's in a different spot than yours is now. And then we're going to go down to where it says step number 2, which is going to this link here. So what we're going to do is drag and drop the images into Illustrator. So we'll click on this link. And now we have all sorts of really awesome pieces from the collection of the Met Gallery. Now, what you're going to do is spend some time again looking for images that you think represent each element of art, whether that's line, shape, form, value, color, texture, space, etc. And so what we're going to do is keep looking. So just for the sake of demonstration for today, I like this piece here. And let's say I want to use it for line. I see lines in the glove. I see lines in the way for the hair. There's line kind of happening in this part of the glove here and lines in the creases of the glove. It's a really cool image. So what I'm going to do is simply just click, hold, and drag this image onto my desktop. Once it's on my desktop, I'm going to click back into my Illustrator file, and I'm just going to click, hold, and drag this over to where it says line. Now, notice how I'm dragging my window around. It's because I'm going to need to kind of be moving from one space to another. So be sure that you don't have your window open to full like this. Be sure that you always have it floating so we can have multiple workspaces happening. Now, before I can do anything with this, notice how I'm still on my brush tool. So what I need to do is switch to my selection tool. To do this, I'm going to go up to this top tool here that says selection tool. And I'm simply going to just click once. And that's going to give me my selection tool. Now I can click and drag this image around. So notice how my image is pretty big. I need it to fit in this box here. So to do that, I'm simply just going to kind of move it in the general space. I'm going to hold Shift on my keyboard and drag this down so it fits into this box nicely. Again, be sure you're holding Shift as you're dragging from your corner. Do not drag from the sides here. Be sure that you're holding from the corners and holding Shift. If you don't, it's going to make your image real stretched out and weird. So be sure that you're not doing one of these maneuvers here trying to get it to fit. Be sure that you are holding Shift when you're making an image bigger and or smaller in Illustrator. So now that I have an image for a line, I'm ready to move on to shape. So I'm going to do the same thing, go back to the Met Museum, and I'm going to repeat that until I've found an image for shape, form, value, color, texture, and space. And once I've done that, I'm going to go back to my layers panel here, and I'm going to lock that image layer. So now I can move on to my description layer.